Hello, my African brothers and sisters. I'm talking to those Africans that are educated, okay? Those that went to school, and now you have children who are also going to school. I'm talking to you because we are the ones that can make a change. We can't expect the people who never went to school to make this change for us because they don't know much about education. For them, they think they missed out on some stuff. They don't know what they missed out on. So they are very happy to have their children go to school. But we have the responsibility of changing the education system for Africa because we know what we did while in school and we know what is necessary and we know what is important because we have already had the experience. Okay? We've been through school, we've passed exams, now we're in the field, we are working, so we know what is useful and what is not. Okay? So before I start, I want to define a few things. Education. Education is an enlightening experience. Education is an enlightening experience. Enlightening. Enlightening means to give more knowledge and awareness about something or oneself, to become more aware about something. Okay? Then we have primary. Primary is the fundamental or the principle or the beginning. Okay? That's what primary education is supposed to be. It is the principle, it is the original, it is the beginning. Someone is in primary school because they are learning the basics of life, the beginning. Once we get into secondary school, then we start to decide, I want to do sciences, I want to do arts, I want to do this or that. That's when we've gone to secondary school. But at primary level, we are being given general information on things, becoming aware of ourselves, so that later we'll know which area we would like to go into. So primary education needs to be information that is necessary for this individual to be able to live in this society well, okay? Know where they are. Now, I know that we need to honestly change this education because whoever decided that we should be learning this didn't think much about us. They didn't think about making us better. They didn't. They wanted us to be subdued, submissive, to continue being under, to just only be told to remember complicated things, and then at the end of the day you're rewarded according to how much you could remember. You know, it's basically like someone said that the education we give today is about remembering how well you can do your chores. You show that I did all my work, I did all the homework, it's here. I remember all the parts of this and that. That's all. But it's not allowing the child to think, to become someone that can create their own. Education is supposed to be stimulating. It should make the child think. You should give basic, small information, and then the child is allowed to think from the information you've given them. But if we give them very complicated things, they do not have time to think outside that small box that we've drawn for them. We want them to just remember what we have said, and that's it. And then we call them clever and brilliant and bright because they could remember all the parts of something that we decided that today. Frog, eggs, I don't know. Now today I want to show you something else I realized. Look at this picture. This is a cow. First of all, drawing a cow. First of all, for a child to draw a cow. This is a cow. Digestive system of a cow. We're still on science. Very hard for someone to draw a cow. Draw the whole cow. Then you put in all the 4 different stomachs. And then you put in all the other parts. Can you imagine the exam for this child? Draw the cow. Draw the digestive system of a cow. And show us the small intestine, the large intestine, and the 4 stomachs of a cow. Can you imagine doing that exam? Because I'm sure some of you parents are even thinking like, no. But seriously, check your children's books. you will find these drawings. And they have both the external and the internal. Yeah? It's something else that I saw. And I thought I should share it also. This is the skin. Okay? Look at it. Those are parts. Those are parts of the skin. The human skin. Do we really? I know that in Africa we treasure cows, but do we really need to learn them? The internal organs, the digestive parts of a cow, do we really need to learn them when we are 9 years old? Isn't that something that should be done by students of vet, the ones who have decided sometime at 15, 14, 15, 16? Is it something that a 9-year-old should be doing? Parents, stop simply paying money. Stop saying, how much is the school fees, and you just forward the money and that's it. And you're like, did you do your homework? Go and do your homework, make sure. And then you come, you look at the report, the child hasn't passed, you're so annoyed, you quarrel how much money you're spending, and look at how badly they're performing. Yet you don't know why they're even performing badly. You don't even take the time to look at the material that they're learning. Because if parents, you took the time to look at the material that your children are learning, I think you're the ones who can make that change. I think you're the ones who can ask that, why is this necessary? Why are they learning this? Of what use is this? Do you really think that the teachers can make much of a change without the impact of the parent? You're the one who pays school fees. You're the one who pays for these children. And you're the one already who's in the field, you're working, you're in the world. You know what is necessary, you know what is useful. How many of you found parts of a cow important and useful? Sincerely speaking. Sincerely speaking. There's also something else. This one. Honestly speaking, I have so much I'm going to show you, but today I'm just showing you the most ridiculous. This is a butterfly. Pretty butterfly. Look at how many parts it has. Look at how many parts your child has to learn. Your 9-year-old. Butterfly. Why? Why? Why is it necessary for an African child to learn all this stuff? Why is it necessary for a 9-year-old African child to carry the burden of learning parts, the digestive parts of a cow, the parts of the skin, 9 years old, the parts of the butterfly, the bee? They do all those things. They don't just study that these are insects, these are amphibians, these are, no? They draw them and name them. And name them. Of what use? Of what use is this information? Like I said, I'm 44 years old. I have not used this information for anything. I last encountered this information when I was in class, drawing and shading it, and in the exam. That was it. In this world of today, do we really want to teach our children things that they are not going to use? Sincerely speaking, we need to look into what we are doing. We need to look into what our children are studying. We need to look into the education. And then I've seen so many children running from system to system, because I've taught the Ugandan curriculum, the national Ugandan system. I've used the Rwandan, I've used ACE, that's Accelerated Christian Education, homeschooling program, and I've taught with Cambridge. Okay? I'm telling you, you find parents coming from this to this, coming from this to this, because they can't seem, they look at the information and it's not what they desire for their children. So they go to another one. Then after a while, they look at it and they're like, no, not what I want. Then they go to another one. It's not because they don't seem to find what they want. And the reason why you can't find what you want, dear parents, is because it's not there. We need to create it ourselves. We need to create it ourselves. We were educated, fine. Now let's create our own programs, our own teaching programs, our own learning programs, so that our children are learning material and information that is necessary. Let's stop importing information from books which were left to us 100 years ago. This is the information people were learning 100 years ago in Africa. When these white people are trying to show the African that look at what we are going to teach you, we're going to look at what we are showing you that you don't know. Now we are still taking this same information. Why? Why? Why are we doing this? Why are we teaching children this complicated stuff at such a young age? Parents, let's be fair. Let's stop behaving like we hate our children. We can't expect them to be a blessing to us when we are treating them with this unkindness. We are very unkind. I should include myself. So, let's be realistic. Okay? Look at this information. Start looking at your children's books. Go through them. Really look. Look at every topic that they are studying. Ask yourself whether it's necessary. Okay? And together, let's create something that is ours, that we are proud of. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to be ours. Okay?